Okay, you are live.
There's one thing not
Do you want
in
me to
here.
put it? Do you want me to
So
put
don't
it
fill
on
the whole
Facebook
thing.
too?
Yes, please. Don't fill the whole thing.
Okay.
Okay. I need a little bit for the other portion of her.
Tired today.
I'm tired too. Good morning! Good morning, my lovely ladies and gents. If you have some gents out there. We're just gonna let everyone kind of funnel in. Project that we're working on today, I have two versions of it. This is version number 1. We'll show you this one. This is version number 1. This is what I first did. This is before auto split quilt sashing. Hello, Sarah. But I did do the quilting in here, and I did this back in 2020 when it came out. Good morning, Miss Amy. Did you get my email? I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm supposed to send her. But I figured it out. I sent you an email last night, so hopefully you got it. This is version number 2 that we're going to be doing today. Is this just, I mean, these are both so cute. But I just love this one. I love it. So Suzanne, who works here, she, for Christmas, Suzanne, how many neighbors did you do it for? Can you grab the hanger too? The little hanger that we're gonna.
Oh, for 2 different neighbors.
So
yes.
she for Christmas, she stitched this out for 2 of her neighbors, and the house, like, she chose like a fabric that matched their house. You know what I mean? So so it was personalized for each person. And then Brent, her hubby, made one of these, and she gave them. Well, ours says A-1. He made this for us too. Isn't this like so cute? Does anyone want a custom one? You can hire him. And then this slit. Oh my God! Look, there's like little like nail things in there. So we're gonna hang this up in the store now that we're done. And then these just kind of screw down. Is that like the cutest thing ever? And then you could put little like fun stuff up here. But so this is what she gave to each of her neighbors. Just like such a sweet little gift. But so this is what we're going to be working on. We've got 2 more minutes. If you haven't prepped yet, and you know what? I was a poor communicator. It's my fault. I admit it. Can't get them out now. Am I screwing it the wrong way? Because it's that, hang on. There we go. So I was a poor communicator. And what you needed to do, and if you need to prep right now, just go ahead and prep right now. Prep right now. And you can prep some of this stuff while we're stitching, but what you really need is you need this background fabric, and you either got the dots or you got the little flowers in your kit. You should have gotten 1 long strip. Oh my God, there's so much stuff in this kit. 1 long strip that you were cutting down, because you need this background piece that's going to be for the house, and it should be 8.5 by 10.5. And then you should have another piece that is 8.5 by 6.5, and it's for this sentiment. So you need those 2 pieces. That's the most important thing, because we're going to be stitching out. And the other stuff you can prep as we go. So you also need your shape flex. So there's 2 pieces of shape flex that go behind that. You need, again, 1 piece that is 10.5 by 8.5. It's going to go behind this one. And then you need another piece that is 6.5 by 8.5 that goes behind this one. Okay, I didn't realize until we had sent out some of the kits. But I think some of you might not have the because it's further in the directions. Most of your kits have it, but some of you might not. You do need these side pieces that are going to be these pieces right here. You need to back those with shape flex too. Most of the kits have it, but some of you might not have it. It's just 2 pieces, 2.5 by 12.5. So if you don't have that, I think most of your kits though had a piece that was 5 inches by 12.5 that I wanted you to cut in half. And those are going to go in the back of these. I'll make it up to you if you didn't have it in there. But if you don't have it in there and you need me to send it to you, I can pop it in the mail to you too. I think there were like a handful of people. So shape flex on that. Okay, we are getting started. Let's go ahead and get started. I love to. Laura, hey, Suzanne. Just ask her if maybe Brett wants to make some of these fancy hangers for some of the ladies.
Oh, we heard you talking about that.
Yeah, he can. We'll come up with a price. Miss Lynn Gelmeyer wants one too.
She said he would.
Okay.
He would.
Yeah, if you could just give me a price on that. And he's made other ones for us. Like we have a huge one that is in the store. So a really, really long one. And it's not as fancy as this. It doesn't have like the little shelf. But go ahead and heat up your irons. I think some of you have already adhered your shape flex to your fabric. But if not, we're going to do it right now. So I want you to grab all of your cream colored fabric. These are the most important too. The other ones we can do while we're stitching. You're going to have some time while we're stitching. But you're going to grab these two long strips too. These should have all been prepped. Oh, this goes back to my poor instructions. If you don't have time right now, don't freak out right now. Take a deep breath. You can just start with this. Just these two pieces. So this piece that's 8.5 by 10.5, and this piece that's 8.5 by 6.5, and then the shape flex that goes with it. And that should be in your kit, unless you decided, no, we included that with everyone's, even if you didn't want the stabilizer. That's how we roll at A-1 Vacuum and Sewing. We want to give you the full experience. Whoop. Let me see if I can get this filming arm to come over here. Here's our little ironing section. I'm still plotting about how I can break my iron at home so I can get the Tula Pink one. I won't replace my Panasonic, but you know, I like the one I have, but come on, Tula Pink, she's so cute. I would just like, it makes me happy just looking at that iron. Okay, so I'm heating up. Then make sure you have, if you haven't used, make sure you have wrong side. Okay, make sure you have the wrong side and the bumpy side of your shape flex, and we're just gonna go ahead and press that down. And then we're going to start with our, we are starting with our, the hearts. We're going to do the hearts first. So if you want to get hooped up, you're getting hooped up in your 4x4. I think it's the 4x4. You guys are probably like, she's all over the place. I am. I'm like crazy this morning. You know, it doesn't matter how many times I teach a class, I still get so frazzled and like nervous because I want it to be the best class ever and I want you to have the best experience ever. Okay, so this is prepped and ready to go. I usually press from the back side and then I'll give the little front side a little press too. I don't know if you've ever had a situation where did that even adhere down really well? It looks like bubbly. Look, you can always give it a little moisture. This is best press. Moisture and time. This is where I start talking to myself. Jeannie, take a deep breath and calm your roll. Okay. My kids think I'm like schizophrenic because I talk to myself like that at home. Next piece. Uh-oh, look it. I have right side up. Good thing I checked. Check your fabric. And you might have dots. These are both Moda fabrics. We ran out of the dots, so then we started doing the little flowers. They're both equally cute. Moisture. Squeaky chair, my chair is squeaky. Okay, perfect. I'm just going to do the other ones as well. I think we had sent out maybe 5 kits before we realized. my goodness. Where's the WD-40? Do people still use WD-40? I had my hinges on my bedroom door were squeaky, and so I got the WD-40 and like oiled up my door, the kids' doors, the bedroom doors. I was like, ooh, look it. I can do home improvement. That is the extent of my home improvement skills.
Apparently it's on something, yes, because it's her lips. Well, maybe it's a lip thing.
Okay, we should be ready. Oh my goodness. For a second, I thought I did it to the wrong side, but I did it to the right side. You're in good company. Yes, I'm a great company for myself. I'm hard on myself. I tell myself to do things. Okay, let's hoop up. Here we go. Here we go. This was your, and I changed the title. I was like, this is your cut list and your prep list. So what you needed to do, if you're going to be doing this later and you have the kit, is you are going to be subcutting all of the white, and it gets subcut into these pieces that I've shown you already. And then you do subcut some of the what's going to be your border. So what's going to be your border right here. So you needed to subcut this right here, 2.5 by 12.5. They're already cut 12.5-inch strips. So you just have to subcut one strip so you had 12.5 and one strip so you had two 14.5s. And that is in your instructions as well. Everything else is cut to size for you, so you didn't have to do anything at all. Don't you love that? And then here's instructions for the shape flex and how you needed to cut the shape flex down and adhere it. We included your stabilizer, but if you didn't want it, you did need to cut those pieces. And then your batting just needed to fit over your fat quarter. The fat quarter is perfect. This is what your backing is going to look like. Here's my fat quarter. And then I just cut down my batting to be the same size as my fat quarter. So when we get together do our quilting, it's going to just look like this. That's what it's going to look like. And then of course there's the binding. And the binding's in your kit too. It's worth it getting the kit, I think, because, you know, we put it all together for you and it was so cute. And with the stabilizer, I think it was cheap. It was like 18 bucks for all that work. It was worth it. Alrighty. So that list, if you're watching this and you didn't get this list that I sent out, it was a document attached to your invitation. So if you want this list to go with the kit, just let us know. I need to remember to just send out to people who get the kit too. Let's hoop up. You're going to grab your 4x4 hoop. If you're on a different brand of machine other than Brother and Baby Law, then just pick out whatever's going to fit best for you. You should have a piece of Dissolve Away. And we didn't cut you two pieces. We cut you one piece. You just need to fold it over. That's all. And then it should fit in this hoop perfectly. So let me go ahead and pop that out. Just fold it. You're doing 2 layers. Personally, when I do my freestanding lace these days, I use, sometimes I use 1 layer. And the other thing I do is I do, a lot of times when I'm doing like OESD freestanding lace, I use 1 layer of Dissolve Away and 1 layer of Badge Master, because Badge Master is the best. Patrick.
You need Patrick.
Patrick, can I steal your cord?
What cord do you need?
Oh, so this is your price. 50 bucks plain, $70 with engraving, and I will, you want them to call you directly, Suzanne?
Sure.
You can call Suzanne directly. There's her number. Oh, wait, I don't want to put that on there. This is like out there for everyone. Call me and let me know. Now you're going to get the random people. What is Badge Master? Badge Master it's like Ultra Solvy, and it is a thick, it's like a topper but much thicker. And what it does is it makes it, I don't know if you've ever done freestanding lace, OESD with the buttonettes, and you stitch and it shrinks a little and the buttonettes don't connect. It makes it so nothing moves. It's rock solid. It is the best. So if you're ever doing something like that. All right, let's go. I think we're using matching bobbins. So these are the colors. These are all the colors I used for this. I used a red, a yellow, and I used this Tidewater. I just used 3 colors for the entire, oh no! I used green and I didn't bring it. I also used, and I used green, but we'll have a beautiful green here. This one goes. I'll just use this one right here. So you need a green too. 4 colors. Are you using regular batting or fusible? I just use regular. I am not a batting expert. I am a batting dummy. So I use, what do I use? I use Hobbs 80/20 for almost everything. That's like my go-to. Let me see if anyone else asked anything. I don't think so. I think we're good. Okay. So the first one we're going to do, let's look, because you are going to have to, you want a matching bobbin. Here's our instructions. So it's page 8 on our instructions. Hoop 2 layers of wash away. Let's load our design. We're going to stitch the Mylar placement line. So I gave you enough. You're going to make a Mylar sandwich. So in your kit, you should have a piece of tulle. Oh, look. This one has 2, so you can save your other piece for later. You do not need 2 pieces of tulle. 1 piece of tulle, and I made it long enough. We cut it long enough so you can make a little tulle sandwich. So you're just going to take your tulle and put your Mylar in the middle. You'll have plenty, and some of your kits have 2 pieces, and it's just going to look like this. All right? Let's come on over to the machine. Here we go. Here we go. It's time to stitch with me. I'm going to move my camera closer to me. Sorry. Let's get into our machine. Don't put your, which green? I think I used clover. If you're using Kimberbell, I'm pretty sure it was clover and I forgot it at home. So I already have my design in here. We're going to be doing these Mylar hearts. So just go ahead and touch that and let's set it. The other thing I like to do is I like to choose my hoop size. It looks like it's already, it might be a 10.5 by 16. You go here to where you go forward and backward. I'm sorry, to your settings. I was talking without thinking. Touch this button. I totally went on autopilot as though I was like teaching something completely different. Oh man. I don't know why this setting is like this. When you're in embroidery, have your stop position be above the fabric. You don't want it to end into the fabric. And I prefer like no grids on my machine, or the other thing I really like is no grids but the center mark. It's up to you. You can choose any of those. You might have to arrow through to get there, but that's my setting of choice. I find grids there's just too much going on. And if you have this feature, set it up to go auto down. And that means you don't have to put the foot down, you just hit start. I'm going to say okay to these settings. There we go. That's all we need. Let's go embroidery. You have to choose what color you want to do. So here are my hearts that I did last time, and you could do multiple colors. So meaning you could do 2 colors if you want. Here are, I did these, the Tidewater and Cornflower. Those are the colors that I used. My other one, let's look at my other one that I did, because I think I got like super fancy. Oh, look at these. I think these are even cuter because I did like a color on the inside and a color on the outside. Don't you love those? And I didn't even use my twine. I think I hot glue gunned it down. Glue gun is my friend. So these are the colors I'm using. I think I'm going to go multiples. And on your machines, if you have 2 of these, you can wind a bobbin while you're stitching. So I did bring some pre-wound bobbins. The red is wild. No, actually this one's apple, but Wildflower is my favorite Kimberbell red. I have a big spool of it. So let's go ahead. I'm going to slide on my hoop. Oops. And I think I'm going to start with, because I have a Tidewater bobbin. So I'm going to put this in. And then maybe I'll do yellow in the center. Or let me look and see what it does first. It actually does the center first. And then it does the outline stitch. So if you want to, I mean, these I just did single color. If you want 2 colors, you're going to need to stop and change your bobbins. I'm going to do this one 2 colors. So let's go center, because I already have this wound, and I'm going to wind some bobbins. We're going to do this for, and this isn't even the same color, but it's okay. I'm going to do that first. And the first thing it's going to do is it's going to stitch the center of 3 of your flowers. That's going to be the first stitch out. So whatever color you want for the center, or you can do that for the whole flower too. I'm just getting fancy on you. Here we go. Ta-da! But it's going to do a placement stitch first. We're going to be putting down the mylar. I'm going to thread her up. Good thing I'm short. Like, my head is literally underneath my filming arm right now. Like, Michelle couldn't do this. She's statuesque and tall. All right, we are ready. Stitch the mylar placement line. Go ahead and stitch. And remember, make your mylar sandwich. Tool. Put your mylar in. Fold your tool over. Mylar sandwich. And I am going to use some tape for this. You know me, I'm a sprayer, but this is a job for tape. Kimberbell tape. Ooh, actually, I'm not even using Kimberbell tape. I do love Kimberbell tape, but I use it, we have it over there. I use it when I'm on like batting or something. Oops. Okay, I got to figure something out. Here we go. Because my head keeps hitting. I'm going to put this over. Make sure your mylar's covering the whole thing. There we go. And I like transport tape because it's super sticky and it rips so easily. Like, isn't that nice? I do have my Kimberbell tape over here. And, I can't see. I'm just going to tape it down like that. And I love that on my tape dispenser. Okay, next thing it wants to do the inside of your 3 hearts. So I'm going to do it with my Tide Water, but you can do whatever color you want. You might want something that's more turquoisey. Here we go. You could do pistachio. Pistachio would be really beautiful. And just let it stitch away. Maybe watch it just in the beginning to make sure everything doesn't get like pushed around. I'm just going to kind of watch it right now. The reason we're doing these first is because they need to dissolve. So we're going to do these so they dissolve and dry. And then we'll get into the embroidery. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used, this is what I used this red cornflower yellow, which is one of my favorites. I used clover. This is not clover. My clover's at home. This is exquisite. I might use a different one. And then Tide Water. This is Tide Water that's stitching out right now. Oh my God! Look! We have one here. It's like one of my favorite greens. Clover. I'm using clover. Some people send me lists of threads that they want to order. If you ever want me to order glide thread for you, we do glide thread in our store for $4.99 a spool, which is pretty cheap because our Isocord's $6.75. Oh wait, I don't have a yellow bobbin. While it is stitching, I'm going to line myself a yellow bobbin. You have a separate motor. I need a bobbin. Put your bobbin on here. Give it a little twist to seat it. wrap it. Get your thumb nice and close and wrap it 4 or 5 times. You have a cutter on the base. Make sure you're using that, not putting it up through the hole in the bobbin. And then you can just pull this forward. And even though it's stitching, I can wind a bobbin too. Whoops! Mine didn't catch for some reason. Hang on. Isn't that fantastic though? So you're not wasting time at all. Wind your bobbins. There we go. You don't need a full bobbin. I'm just going to wind like half a bobbin. And you have a setting right here. So you could set that, which I didn't preset it. And I'm just going to hit stop on my screen right here. Stop. Done. So if you didn't wind your bobbins, just go ahead and wind them right now. I have a red one. I do not have, oh yeah, my Tidewater one is in there. What color am I missing? Green. Yeah, I'm going to do all of mine 2 colors because that's just fun. Put it on, give it a little twist until it seats. And hit start on your screen. Oh, what's this? Sometimes I don't care if it's like the same color. I'll just use whatever color. It's just the back. Okay, just in time. What color do you think I should do to match? Okay, so the next one, I'm going to change out my thread. Let's go ahead and change it out. And it wants to do the bottom flowers. I'm going to do red with that one. So this one, let's do yellow and green. Here's my, I have like 8 million threads here. So I'm going to do my yellow. Matching bobbin. Throw in your matching bobbin. Squeaky chair, squeaky chair. I'm sorry you're listening to my squeaky chair. Maybe the boys have something in the back I can use. It's like squeaky shoes, right? Sorry. Now it's probably all you hear. It's okay. It's a song. It's called Squeaky Chair. Here we go. So now I'm doing the second 2 flowers on the bottom. I'm just going to give this a little hold here so my tool and my mylar don't get all wrinkly. Brand of stabilizer you used for the house? I'm not sure. We have OESD and we have and Kimberbell. And sometimes we buy from our distributor and get some no-name brands. Oh, for the house. Oh, it's just a cutaway. And again, it could have been OESD or Kimberbell, or we have some baby lac left. And then there's a couple no-name, like, just like, you know, generic brands that we buy sometimes. Here's our second one. Lynn, I think we love that color so much, and I'm talking about clover. I think we love that color so much we opened up some at the store too. A lot of times when I'm doing projects, I bring my supplies from home. But like, come on, you gotta have this one in your stash. It's like just such a great green. And bobbin boats. Do you guys love bobbin boats? So I'll put the thread I'm going to be using for the project. in my bobbin boat. So I got that ready this morning too. And literally I will choose a bobbin color that's close. I don't care if it's like the same color when I'm doing stuff like this. Okay, outline stitch of this one, I'm going to do the green. So let's grab my clover. Grab your clover thread. Okay, you got to change your bobbin too. I started reading this article this morning. I didn't get to read the whole thing, just like the headline. But it was talking about, I don't know if any of you are Bridgerton fans, but it was talking about Penelope and, who's the Bridgerton girl? I forget her name. But her best friend, who's mad at her this season. But about how they play 19-year-olds. Like their characters are 19. But Penelope in real life, you're probably like, what the heck is she even talking about? Huh? Penelope in real life is 37. Was it Eloise? Is that her friend? She's 34. And I don't know what the article was, but I think it was probably going to be like, why can't they find like the right age actors? I don't know. I changed my bobbin thread, right? All right. I feel like I don't see it. Oh, it's there. It's there. Trust. Uh-oh. Wait, Cindy, are you using poly mesh for this? Because you do want it to dissolve away. You want some kind of dissolve away stabilizer. You want it to dissolve away so you don't have, I mean, you could cut the poly mesh super close to the edge, but I don't know if you'll be able to get it. So this was like a dissolve away is what you need for this. If you're talking about for the house, poly mesh is totally fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, the thing I put in your kit, what's in your kit is a medium, I think it's a medium cutaway. But I could be making that up in my head. And let's do the next heart. Uh-oh. I gotta go get my coffee. I'll be right back. Coffee. Oh, can you believe let me make sure this fits on right. I just ran all over the store looking for my coffee, and it's right here. Right where I was sitting, right behind me. Poly mesh, I think it's going to be fine. Okay, change out your color. I thought that the red and the Tidewater would look cute. So let me go ahead. And you don't have to change out your thread. I mean, I did my other ones all in one color. But these, I thought, ooh, let's get fancy. Let's be fancy boys and girls and do two colors. And it calls for two colors anyways. I don't know why I did my other ones in one color. Maybe I was lazy. Is everyone stitching this with me? Or are we, you could be sitting sewing too. Get a UFO, finish it. Oh my goodness. So, you know how motivated I was this weekend? I went and pulled out a bunch of my projects, and I had June cuties completely done, binding done. The only thing I needed to do was put the back on and stitch in the ditch. And so I pieced my back with scrap pieces, and then I layered and stitched in the ditch, and now I just have to put my binding on. October cuties, completely done. Like, it was even layered and stitched in the ditch. The only thing that one was waiting for was binding, and the binding was already pieced and pressed. Life is better in full bloom. I think I have like 5 filler blocks to do. I even made the back of the pillow. Maybe I need to do my borders. I have so many projects that are like so close, and I just don't know what my problem was. Why didn't I get them done? And then when I did my cuties, I was like, that wasn't bad. What is wrong with me? I can't wait to see it, Miss Lynn. I've never hand stitched a binding in my life. So Carol, is this the one we just sent out? That we resent it with your stuff because we put your jelly roll in it and your wonky ruler. If you send me an email, Carol, I'll track it. But send me an email, and after the sew along, I'll track it. So I put that down too, Lynn, but I'm ready. I'm ready to do embellishments, so maybe you can stitch embellishments with me. It was big to like layer, and I love little projects. To layer it all, and I had to stitch all in the ditch, and you know, I forced my way through that one. Just getting it back up and running. Okay, while it's doing this, why am I sitting here? We should be hooping up. Because we don't have to be there watching that, right? We are going to get into our embroidery. And we're going to stitch the house first. So what you need is you need your 5x7 hoop. It's nice that all of these fit in the 5x7 hoop so everyone can kind of participate with this. And then you need one of your stabilizers. You should have 2. And your fabric. So it says hoop, cutaway stabilizer, and background fabric in a 5x7 hoop aligning crosshairs. I didn't draw on it. So what I did with mine is I just went ahead and I folded it just to get those center marks. Here's your piece right here. It's the bigger one. Oop, I'm done over there. I'm doing those embellishments. Lynn, I'm actually excited to do those embellishments. I'm like, I can't wait. Okay, so I'm centered to my stabilizer. And I'm just going to go ahead and let's finger press. I'm just going to do, so it's finger press this way. And I'm going to fold it this way. Finger press. Because I don't like marking if I don't have to, right? I'm excited. I was looking at the button embellishments for Quilting Through the Seasons, and the reason I didn't start is I literally tore my room apart. I'm like, I know I cut everything for Quilting Through the Seasons. Why can I not find the backs? So there's 8, you need 2 for each one, and there's 8 of the 3x8 pieces, and I don't know where they are. So I'm going to have to cut them again. But I was like ready to start that and I just didn't. Okay, instead of this one, this is like a good way to do it. So you have centering marks on your hoop. Don't forget you have an arrow on the top that's going to be up. You're going to place this down here and just get your center marks on your folds. And this one, I'm going to scoot it over just a little bit. So, and it doesn't have to be perfect. And then get your hoop here. And just kind of, whoops! Sorry, it just popped up on its own. Take this and fold it in. Just like fold it and pinch it so it's not moving. And just drop it into your hoop. Easy way to do it. And then we don't have to do all that marking. Mine might be too tight down here. I'm going to open up my hoop a little bit on the bottom. It's a date. Okay, and that's it. Make sure your hoops are even, that your inner hoop is even with your outer hoop. Walk your fingers around. Before you tighten this up, grab your fabric and just pull it inward. Inward, not up, because you're just going to unhoop. Pull it inward to get out, I call them bubbles. Get out all your bubbles. Hand tighten it. Yes, I stitched it out on 2 layers of water soluble. If you got the kit, there was like a piece that you were just supposed to fold in half. This is a hoop welt. This is really made for the screw on your shank. When you change out your foot and your embroidery foot, that's what this is really made for. But it fits on here, and I just like having one. And I use it anytime a screw will fit in there. Put it on here, tighten a little bit more. Don't crank it, but just where you can't undo it by hand. And we are ready to go. Let's grab this. We'll get into our stitching, and then we'll go ahead and we'll prep these too, because these can always be done later. I'm going to just take this. Aren't they cute? And I love them with the 2 colors. I'm going to put those to the side, and we are going to get ready to stitch the house. Ba-da-da-da. Okay. Is everyone hooped? I don't want to lose you, but you're going to get this recording. This is on YouTube, so as soon as we're done, I think it renders and then it loads. But you should be hooped. We're going to go ahead and put this in the machine, and then let's load our design and get all your itty-bitty pieces that we put in there for you. I think that's all you're going to need. Oh, wait, I have one more. I'm not even using this, but I put that in there if you want to hang it. I think those are all our goodies. Here we go. Okay. Filming arm. Okay, here we go. Squeaky chin. All right, I'm gonna say okay, and just touch the home button. The home button will clear your screen. Home, okay. I should have tightened it up a little bit. Embroidery. Let's load our design. I'm on a Luminaire, so I'm just going to go to my pocket. These are designs that are saved on my machine, and then you can pick where you want to pull your design from. I put my USB in my upper port, so I'm going to go ahead and touch that. And I named my folder Heart and Home. And there's our little house. And I'm going to go ahead and set it. I like to choose my hoop size, so I'm going to go to my settings button, and I'm going to choose my 5x7. It's just what I do. You don't have to do it. It's not going to affect anything. I'm going to say okay. And we're not changing anything. We're going to just stitch it as it is. So just touch embroidery. It'll take you to your layout screen or the screen from which you stitch out, whatever machine you're on. And let's slide our hoop on. I'm going to grab my spray tent and I'm going to start, oops. The other thing I want to do is I want to change my bobbin out. I mean, it would probably be fine if we left this bobbin in here, but let's go ahead and put a regular pre-wound bobbin in. I buy my bobbins by the box. We sell Fill-Tech bobbins. The ideal combination is something a little bit lighter in your bobbin than your upper. And Fill-Tech bobbins, I think, are 60 weight. Your upper thread's 40 weight. And even though the number is smaller in the upper, it is thicker. Why? Who came up with that? It's confusing. All right. As far as colors go, we're going to be doing applique. So I think color isn't going to make a difference right now. This is older. I don't know if back in the day, they didn't write that. So let's just go ahead and I'm just going to put in a neutral color. I'm going to do my cornflower so you can see it, but not where it's too bright. And this is going to be a bunch of placement and tack down lines, I think, if I recall correctly. Okay, first step is going to be placement for the base of the house. And if you're confused and you don't know which piece goes where, on your little printout, and you bought the kit from us, I did put on here what part is what part. So house accent, that's the bottom. The house accent, what does it want first? House placement. So that's the top of the house. So house, it's going to be the yellow is the house. And then the house accent is the, oh, see, I wrote it right there, bottom. So here's the main part of the house. Since we're going to do the house, and then what's next after that? House accent, why don't we spray both of those? So you're getting your yellow, and then this is the house accent, the floral. You could also look at this. This is going to be your guide too. This is our guide. House accent, door, roof, attic roof. I'll walk you through it though. I'm a sprayer. Oh God. Let's see. I'll put it on my lap. Here's my spray tent. It's the dime spray tent. Here's my spray, KK100. I want you to use whatever you like. So if you are a taper, just tape. You do not have to do anything I'm doing. This is just what I like to do. And little spray. Do you hear? That's just like a little spritz. Little spritz. I just sprayed my 2 pieces. First piece we're going to put down is we're going to put down our yellow. What size hoop are you using? I am using my 5x7 hoop. You know, I thought about it and I was like, should we have, like, because you could have pieced, right? I could have had you piece the, we could have pieced this whole thing and then done our embroidery, right? Because a lot of you have hoops that you can do the whole thing. And then I thought to myself, you know what? Let's just do it the way they call for it. And then all our friends with the 5x7, if that's your biggest hoop, you can still do this project with us. Oh, I didn't even rinse yet, Irene. I might just rinse later too. I like my snips if I'm just on a single layer. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim this out. So that was my tack down. We did our placement. Now's our tack down. I love these snips. These are my Havel snippies. They're my favorite snips. I have my Femoris too, but these blades, they're a little bit longer and a little bit stronger. Okay. Now once the placement stitch for the accent, you're going to be laying this fabric down next. If you have the kit. It's just the strip that goes on the bottom of the house. That was step, what is this? 2E. It's kind of confusing. Now we're doing the bottom. Placement, lay your fabric down, tack down, trim. Those are your steps in applique. Super easy, super fun. It's kind of like coloring with fabric. I really like that little flower, so I'm going to make sure he's in there. Yeah, there we go. So you can kind of fussy place it however you want. That little flower is so cute. Oh, is he going to get covered by the door? Tack down. I sprayed it already, and then I'm going to trim. Go ahead and trim. Lynn, I think we're going to have fun doing the embellishments. And then we have like expert advice. Was it Susan Alba that told us not to use like, you know, for the pennants? A lot of people struggled with those. So I forget, I wrote it in my notes. Are we using like tearaway instead? Because everyone says they were impossible to turn. So we have our community that's going to make it so it's so enjoyable. Okay, just go ahead and hit start and you're going to put the roof on. I'll try not to go too fast. I am a fast cutter because I cut with these, which makes it super easy because they're spring loaded. You just pinch. And I do cut with both hands. Hey, grade and let me know what you have or don't have for that because I think we're going to be, there's a lot we're not going to have. We just sold out of our last batch of Ginger's Kitchen, so we're trying to figure out what we,
Yeah, I'm gonna go through the scrap bag.
we'll see what we have.
Yeah.
Okay, roof. Spray. I'm going to spray. You're not going to see me spraying because now you know. Now you know that I'm using my spray tent and my KK100. Here's the roof. Oh my god. Okay, this is like, you don't want to lay it down like that. Make sure you're laying it down as straight as possible. I'm putting it on from the sides though. I think that looks pretty straight. I did skip a step because it wanted to put in, look at mine. So there's like scallopy stuff in the roof. And I skipped it because my roof is so busy as it is. See how they have this? I'll put it in this one. But I was like, oh, my roof is busy. But we'll put it in this one. Just so everyone's looks the same. I love the yellow with the roof. I did red, but I'm really loving the yellow. I might outline it in yellow. Okay, trim it. Trim it. Jeannie, you have a scan and cut. Why don't you use it? And then you wouldn't have to be doing this. We would just be like, oh, grab your scan and cut piece. I need to learn my scan and cut, and I haven't yet. And so I just like, you know, I do what's easy. Well, it's probably not even, it's like harder, but it's what I know. And I keep saying, I'm going to use it for the next, and then I don't because I haven't learned it. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm failing you. My fabric's all prepped for Kindred Creatures because I'm going to scan and cut it with Michelle. We'll record it too. April, I don't know if you've started it, but I saved some fabric for you. I put together like a little grouping. I don't even know if we can do it grading, can we?
There's only one that I'm concerned about.
Like, do you even have that accent fabric? The main one? We do? Oh, yay. Okay.
This is the one.
Do we even have this?
Yeah.
Oh,
We have
yay.
a lot of that.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So far, I'm concerned about that and
Yes.
that.
Okay.
But I'll let you know when I'm completely
Let me know
done.
because maybe I'll find it someplace else.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. I thought that was it for Ginger's. Okay. Now it wants to do this right there. And that is called the attic. That's the attic placement line. So I'm going to slide my hoop back up. Let me take my time. I'll go really slow in case you're still trimming. And then the fabric you're going to use for that is going to be, it's going to be this. And we need, this is going to be what we're placing down have this too. What is this for? Oh, this is going to be the windows. This goes down. You're just doing the little piece. So go ahead and hit start. These are the pieces we're going to grab to spray. This one, the attic. Attic roof. This is the door. This is the attic roof. Okay, so we're going to grab these two. These are going to go down next. Okay, the ones that are more squarish. Not this. Don't grab this one, and don't grab this big one. These are later. The little, well, this one's bigger than the other one, but these two. Okay, I'm going to put them in my spray tent. Ooh. Spritz it. And you're going to put this right over here. I like it up and down, but you can lay it down any way you want. Make sure you cover the whole line. It is directional. Make sure it's not all crazy. Whoops. My head. Tack down. Tack down and trim. You could shape flex this. Anytime you put a light on top of a dark, you can always shape flex. But it's fine. It's super cute. And trim. All right. Now it wants to do the top of that, so the attic roof. And we are on this step right now. So we just did this, the equivalent of their yellow. Now we're going to do the little roof. Go ahead and hit start. My fabric is already sprayed. This is the fabric I'm going to be using right here, so it's ready to go down. These are from Fruit Loop. I just couldn't get enough of Moda's Fruit Loop. It was just so cute. All right, we're going to lay this down. This is non-directional, so just lay it down. Tack down, tack down, stitch, and then trim. We're like almost done with our applique. We are going to be satin stitching. These are the next two fabrics that you're going to spray. This is the door, and this is going to be all the windows. It's so big because you lay it down all at once. And after I cut the kits, I was like, oh, well, I'm doing the same fabric under the window that are the windows. That's the attic, and it's totally fine because you have the mylar there. So you don't even, like, you really don't even see that fabric. But I wanted something that was a little bit blue. Okay, door placement. Hang on, let me adjust this. How are we doing? Where is everyone? We like right with me? Normally when I do a sew along, a third of you will be ahead of me, a third of you will be behind me, and a third of you will be right with me. It's just kind of how it works. So refer to your instructions if you're a little bit behind. It's a pretty simple project. If you're ahead of me, refer to your instructions so you know where you're going. You can look at your screen. Your screen shows you each step. Placement stitch. Let's place our door. Oh my God, it's so cute. Cute door. Oh, I didn't trim my, you reminding me? April, I didn't trim. You can't see the fabric when I have already done mine. I did get from the other. Yes, you don't see it. You don't really see it behind the mylar. Because I was like, ooh, do I have to change that? And I was like, oh, you don't have to change it. You don't even really see it. Okay, I forgot to trim my roof. So I'm going to trim both of these right now.
Sometimes you will, yeah, you probably are lost, aren't you? Yes, I'm so sorry, yeah, but that's okay. It's your choice,
That's
right?
okay, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's your
I'm
choice.
an adult, I'm over 21.
Yes, but you can
Several
make that
times over 21.
you can make that decision, exactly.
Thank you, have a good day.
Here we go.
Bye-bye.
And this too.
Can we help you with something? Hi.
Yeah, come to pick up a T-shirt
For
yeah,
who?
my wife.
And her name?
Brimer, name Brimer.
Jen Breimer?
Hi, John.
Hi.
Here we go. Da, da. Da, 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 da.
Real fast. How's that? Doesn't look like you owed anything. She's got a great
Alrighty. Okay, so now what do I need? Oh, now we're gonna do the window. Slide your hoop back on. This is placement for your window. Miss Irene, I'll try to go a little slower. It's really an easy stitch out, and it's so easy that we're going to do all the stitching, and then we'll do the piecing too. And then what's next week? The week after the quilt show, I'm going to try and fit it in. We'll do I'm going to do one class for Solaris and Luminaire, and then one class for Altair and Stellar people. And when I say Altair and Stellar, that means XE1, XJ1, XE2, XJ2, Meridian. You're all included in that. Okay, so we have 3 windows, and yes, they have you cut one big piece for all of that. And this is fabric on top of fabric. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. You're going to have the Mylar, and it's going to be absolutely adorable. Wait a second. Let me make sure. I've been not looking at my instructions at all. So we are right here. So we just did that, and we are going to lay down the fabric, and then we will do the Mylar. Do we have another piece of Mylar? I hope so. Did I give you 2 pieces of Mylar? We'll check it. If not, you guys are going to be using your scraps from the heart. Let me look. Did I put down my... Oh no! Okay, so you did have 2 pieces of Mylar, and I didn't separate mine. So my Mylar is right here. Okay, sorry about that. You had 2 pieces of Mylar. It's okay, because I'm just going to use what's left here. But I'm so sorry. I don't think I told anyone to separate it. I'm going to trim this right now, and I'm going to be using like what's on the very bottom of it. Bad instructor, sorry. If you put your 2 pieces down like I did without separating them, you're going to have to do what I'm doing right now to kind of salvage it. So what I really need is down here. And this will be big enough. Those windows are super tiny. Hopefully you have some in your stash, but there were 2 pieces of Mylar there. And I didn't even pull them apart. But you'll see like right here, I've got 2. So, are you guys going to be able to make it happen? Yes.
So the one that we're missing is this multicolored green dot.
Yep.
That's the only one.
Okay,
So
yeah.
should I just do
Yep.
this?
And then we have to put a little note that that's a
Okay.
substitution, but yeah.
And I can get you 8.
Awesome. Thank you, Graydon.
Yep.
Okay, bad instructor. Can you guys salvage it? You only, Betty, are you sure? Because I thought mine was 1, and we double cut them. We cut them so they're layered. So I want you to just take your fingers and just do this. Just push them apart, but they're cut together. Our roll comes with the Mylar stacked together.
So I wanted to put some little filling or something, you know, what do they call that? It's facer in there.
Let me know, Betty. I wonder if it's just rips. No, the tool doesn't rip. All right. So I'm going to have to lay this down. There should be 2 pieces. So it looks like one, but just separate it. There should be 2. And I'm hoping you have enough somewhere on that. There should be a piece big enough. If not, Betty, I can drop one in the mail. I apologize. I feel horrible that I didn't separate those out for you. Here we go right here. You're going to go ahead and trim those. And then we're going to put my Mylar, I'm going to have to lay down over those little windows. I'm making another one using smaller pieces. Are you guys sure? Because we put the same thing in everyone's. It looks like one piece. I want you to just kind of like take your fingers and just rub it. Because we cut them. They're automatically stacked. They're automatically double stacked. Here we go. Let me trim this out. You only need little itty bitty pieces for your windows. They're little itty bitties. I need to add a note to my thing that says, separate your Mylar. And don't worry about that being over the window. And I've got plenty of pieces here to lay down. A little corner is going to be big enough. And I'll put a little piece of tape down too. Okay. Did it have us tape it? It says, so it wants you to place the window Mylar completely covering the windows, tape in place, change thread to the desired colors, and stitch the window, tack down and decorative fill. Tear away any excess Mylar. I did mine with the Tide water, and it was so super cute. So I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm using this right here. And I don't pull back my thread. When I take it out, I unthread. So I just take it out from here, unthread, and then right here it'll fall out as long as your foot's not down. Foot down, trapdoor closed. Foot up, trapdoor open. This is another must-have color in your stash if you do a lot of Kimberbell. Okay. I'm going to put a little piece of tape down just to kind of hold it there. And where's my other one? I tried and only have one piece. I rubbed them together and still have one. Oh, so strange. Because that means we have to rub and separate. Do you have enough scrap, Betty? I mean, it's so tiny. Do you have enough scrap to make it happen?
No, I didn't get that.
I'm hoping.
We're fine.
I just took mine from the scrap. From like, even if I had had one piece. Okay. I'm just going to kind of hold it in place. Betty, let me know if you have enough. It just needs to be like the very edge or something. You can do a Mylar balloon. I started hoarding Mylar balloons because Mylar's not cheap. And you can't even tell like what color it is behind there. It's a good time to have a good pair of tweezers to pull that away. Maybe. If you don't, Betty, let me know. If you need it, I can send it to you. I mean, you really just need maybe like an inch by an inch and a half for each window. I'll send you this. No, I'm just kidding. I would send you a proper piece. I have so much, I don't know about you guys, but from doing Kimberbell, I have like tubs with tons of excess pieces of Mylar left over from other projects. Because when I do something like this, I'll just grab it from my tub and just lay down the little corner. Did we only send people one piece? Ah, I'm so sorry if you only got one piece. If anyone needs anything, let me know. Okay, you're going to pull this away, pull in towards, maybe we only sent one piece. Oh, wait, am I supposed to pull away yet? So it says, change thread to the desired color and stitch the window, tack down decorative fill. Don't pull away your Mylar yet. And I just did mine in the same color, but maybe we'll do it in a different color, huh? Let's do, I'm going to do mine in like, let's do something fancy. I did mine in that same color, but I'm going to do mine in green. April only got one piece too. Or was it April? Maybe you only got one piece. Let me check our cut list. Cut list should have 2 on it. My kit I just pulled out had 2 in it. But sometimes we do make mistakes. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm doing, this is the trim on the window. Cute. So now we're in stitch out time. So we've got, I'm 7 minutes into a 34-minute stitch out. And what we're doing is we're doing this step right here. We're stitching out the, like the window panes. Oops. Oh. And then we'll pull away our excess Mylar. And then we're just going to be satin stitching. satin stitching away, I'm going to just go ahead and tidy up a little bit. For my next tube in. Okay, if you, while it's stitching, if you want to go ahead and just trim up, you can just trim this up too. I think it said in the instructions to cut like one layer of tulle and then the mylar, and I was like, heck no. So I just trimmed, and you do want to trim that tulle right next to the stitches, because the tulle doesn't dissolve. So you don't want like hairy tulle hanging off the edges. But be careful not to cut the stitching. Don't be too aggressive with your trimming. Oh, I feel really bad now. Betty, were you able to make it work? Should we trim our hearts? Yeah, I'm trimming them. I'm trimming my hearts. Okay, back to the house. Now you can go ahead and you can pull away your mylar and pull in towards the house. And then if there's little pieces sticking out, go ahead and just use your tweezers. You can grab it later too. All the ladies at the store are wearing their A-1 t-shirts. They look so cute. Okay, now it wants, what's next? Change thread to desired color and stitch the window satin outline. Oh, is that what we did now? Okay, mine are already done. That was what we were supposed to do. I was supposed to pull the mylar and then do them, but I'm already done with mine, and my mylar is pulled. Now it wants you to change thread to the desired color and stitch the accent siding satin outline, which is right here on either side of the door. And I did mine. It doesn't mean you have to do it like this, but I did mine with the Tidewater. So I did Tidewater here and here. I think I want my roof to be yellow this time, so I might switch out my colors a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and do, I think I will do this. So it's gonna be stitching right here and right here. Or maybe I'll do yellow. Can't decide. Maybe I'll do yellow, roof yellow, and then I'm gonna do this other Tidewater. Okay, I'm going yellow. I'm lightening it up a little bit. It's gonna have a different feel. I'm looking through my stash. Oh, Betty, I'm so sorry. Makes me sad. If you don't find it, let me know and I'll pop something in the mail to you. Pop a little piece in the mail to you. That was a little stringy for some reason. It was like a little coiled on the end, so I pulled it a little longer. I got 2 pieces of mylar and 2 pieces of mesh. I got 1 piece, 6x11, same size tool, should be plenty. Yeah, some people got double tool, so you can use it for something else too, or if you want to do this a second time. I don't worry if you got more, I worry when you get less. Then I'm concerned. Okay, after you stitch these, oh, I know. I feel like their instructions just include everything now. So you just know everything that you're supposed to do. Now we're going to change the thread to the desired color, and we're going to stitch the door outer satin outline. And this one I did here. I did my outer outline in the green, and then the inner one I did in the yellow. But I'm mixing everything up right now. I'm gonna go, let's do, I'm gonna do this. We'll do this. I'm just totally just pulling, and I'm using the same 4 colors for everything. So I'm just gonna pull whatever color I want. I'm gonna do Tidewater. What I did in my original one looks like this. Okay. But now I'm just changing it out. It was such little itty bitty pieces that you didn't have enough scrap from when we did the hearts. I mean, just the edge would be enough. Cute door. After you stitch out the door, you're going to do the inner door, whatever color you want. I might do a little bit of red. I'll do this one for the inner door. And I'm going to go back to this, and let me go ahead and trim this. And you can trim it later too.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Bye.
trim the rest of this later too. The little itty bitty stuff. I'm gonna pop this out. Oh, good. Oh my God, Betty. I'm like, when I don't do something right, it makes my stomach sick. I get worried. I'm one of those people, I sweat the small stuff. I sweat the big stuff and I sweat the small stuff. I sweat it all. Here we go. I'm doing the inner door. And my last one, I did green and yellow. Now I'm doing Tidewater and red. And whatever you do is going to be cute. Of course, I lost my hearts. You saw the spirit. We have one?
It's a vacuum.
It's what? Oh, got it. Okay, I'm going to trim this close. Where are my perfect scissors? That's what I want. Trim it close, but don't trim it. I mean, you don't want to cut your stitches. And we're going to dissolve it away. If you feel like you're going to accidentally cut your stitches, then don't do what I'm doing. Cut it even further apart. What I like is, I like having a straight pair of scissors, and these are curved. Just be careful, take your time. If you go to cut and it feels thick, then don't press down all the way. Should feel consistent all the way around, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I always do my freestanding lace. I usually do it in, okay, here's my door. Wow, that pops. All right, it wants to do the scallops now. So if you look over here, it's showing you it wants to do the scallops. I'm going to do mine in yellow because I feel like it looks cute with the yellow. Like, I like the yellow outline. Do you have the tool I can buy? I have Mylar. You know what? I don't have any tool. Honestly, we didn't have any tool. I just had the girls run out. Somebody went and just bought us like a little bolt. It comes like folded up, and we just got it at Joann's. Use your coupon. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my little scallops. That's 5 minutes of stitching. Just stitch away. And I'm just going to keep cutting out my hearts. Are you doing a sew along for July mini quilt? Absolutely. When? I don't know. But I'm going to do, I will absolutely be stitching those out. Because I love those so much. I'm not going to sit down and just like complete oh look, I forgot to change my bobbin thread for that. But it's okay. It'll still look great. You're just going to see the front anyways. I think the Quilting Through the Seasons embellishment is going to be like an ongoing thing. I would like to get through Hello Sunshine and then start mini quilts. What I love about the mini quilts, I'm not going to do them all at once. I might sit down and do all the prep work all at once. When I went to Sedona with my family, I think I did I prepped 4 of them all at once and filmed them. So I might do Because, I mean, how nice is it when your stuff's all prepped and it's just grab and go? So I might prep all 6 of them. And then do the stitch outs for them. That would be like the best. I think it takes probably like an hour a piece to prep them. But I'd really like to do that. Maybe it's like 45 minutes each to prep. Okay, here are my cutie patootie hearts. And I'll go rinse them. You don't need those right this second because I haven't even, like with mine, I haven't even put mine down yet. So you can just do those anytime. Oh, look how cute the yellow looks. I think it looks adorable. Stitch away. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's get together and let's just do one whole day. Maybe I'll do it on like a Sunday or something and we'll just prep everything. What I like about filming it is I can just pause and stop when we're doing a live feed. I just keep going. It might be a lot. So I think I'll film it. And we'll prep all of them all at once. Although I still don't have the fabric for December, and I got a note. So if you didn't get your December kit and you're waiting, Kimberbell or E.E. Shank has said that December fabric is going to be out in July. So I did buy something from Riley Blake that I think is going to be super cute, and I'm going to prep mine with that. I'll show it to you. If you guys love it, then you guys can get that one instead. Whatever you guys like. Some people want to keep it all Kimberbell, and I totally get that too. Okay, here is, for those of you that are going to do the auto split quilt sashing with me, I just used the floral design. But it was really cute. And it was 8 hoopings using my 10.5 by 16 inch hoop. So it was a flower in each corner. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, I think that's how it went, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So, and I can't remember how long it took. I want to say it took maybe an hour. I can't remember. This was super fast. Dropping the quilting in was super, super fast. And this was pretty fast too. So, did you get all the fabric for the December mini quilt? No, I'm still waiting on that one fabric. The one with the holly leaves is the one that we're still waiting for it to come in. Okay, sides. I'm gonna do mine in Tidewater, but you can do whatever color you want. When I did this one, I did yellow, but I'm switching it up for this one. I'm just trying something new and different. Squeaky chair, squeaky chair. Here we go. Oh, it is so squeaky. I am not doing cotton shop. Let me grab the fabric that I'm doing for Kindred. Kindred! I told you what I wanted and then I didn't do it. And the red to me is just too much. I'm sorry. I'm going to take it out. And you know, the only reason I'm taking out is because it's a wide satin stitch. And wide satin stitch is pretty easy to remove. Hello, how did that happen? I said it and then I didn't, and then I walked away. I just can't, I just don't love it with the red. It's too bold for me. And then I was walking away to get the Kindred stuff. That's not bad, right? That didn't take too long. All right, let's pull it. Whoops. Okay, it might put me back just a minute. Those of you who are behind me can catch up now. And this stitch, the undersewing, I'm not going to worry about that. I think it's going to cover up. Okay, I'm just going to leave this on top. I'm hoping it'll cover it up. But the main satin stitch is removed. That's how easy, like, if there's ever something you need to remove, I hope it's satin stitch. I just came back in here and I looked and I was like, whoa! Here we go. And I'm not even going to go back and do the undersewing. I'm going to come back here and let's go, there's my little T, minus 100, minus 100, minus 100. Let's just start right there. It's going to do that little zigzaggy thing. And then we'll satin stitch on top of it. How are we doing? Does that cover it all? It does. Sorry about that. So Betty, I am definitely gonna go to, I mean, the last time I was in Korea, Patrick gave me like, I think he gave me 2 hours. And that was it. And I still managed to make it through like one of the huge buildings. The building I went into, I ended up buying a lot of trim. So I was buying like just stuff you can't get here in the States. I bought all this like gorgeous trim. And then I bought some stuff like, I don't know, special kind of rickrack and special like elastics. Because at the time I was sewing a lot for my daughter. And it was the way I would like embellish all her clothing. Ribbon. I bought like special ribbon. I bought oilcloth. I didn't get a lot of fabric. And I don't know if I was like in the right place. And I went through maybe like 1/100th of like what you could shop there. So I'll do a little research before I go and I'll take you guys shopping with me. I'll have to put something together. Okay, here are my Kindred fabrics. And I did the best I could matching. So here is Kindred Creatures. It is a tiling scene. I've never done one in this size before. Everything I've done before has been like 5x7s. And these you have to do like in an 8-inch hoop. They're more like 8x5.5 or something like that. I like that there's only 12. So it should go pretty fast. And a lot of this is fabric, like right here. So this is what I have for this little, I don't know if he's like a dog. And I feel like my colors aren't totally accurate that you're seeing here. But, whoops. It's the arm just hopping up on itself. So I'm using this polka dot for this little guy here. I don't want that to jump up. For the kitty cat, this is a Hoffman fabric. It's like a Hoffman like linen for the kitty cat. For the, I don't know what this guy is. Like, what is that? I don't even know what that is, but I'm using this speckles. And then the orange is, I'm just using a grunge. So this is the orange grunge. That's going to be for this little guy over here. Hopefully it's going to look amazing. I'm going to hot fix and then cut on the skin cap. Okay, back to the house. Now it wants the sides of the house right here, the window. I'm going to go ahead and use the same Tide water. So I'm just going to hit start. Are you taking an extra? Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you said that because I borrowed a suitcase from my cousin like 7 years ago. And I'm going to take that with me and probably leave it there. So, shoot. I had to buy an extra suitcase. You know what? If I need it, I'll buy one there. I'll just buy like a cheap suitcase to bring back with me. I have a bunch of stuff here at this store for you, Marlene. But I'm going to ship out your t-shirts. We'll ship out your t-shirts today. And let me know if there's anything else from your orders that you want me to throw in there. Oh, you want cotton shot? Yes. Get your cotton shot.
Hey, did you get a text regarding something that can be approved for Kai?
I'm not doing it right now. See if he can send it to you, babe. Okay. For the bottom of it, I did the same Tide water, so I'm just going to leave it. But you can do whatever color it's going to be on the bottom.
How can I help you?
I love cotton shot. Cotton shot's beautiful. And, you know, if you want to look at your directions, if you want to look at your screen, you're just choosing colors to do all the satin stitching right now. Right now, it is doing the attic ledge right here. And then we're going to be on page 6. So the only thing we have left to do is we are going to do the roof satin outline. Change thread, stitch the roof satin outline. We're going to do this. And then we're going to do, no, where's the roof satin outline? Oh, okay, the whole roof. And I'm going to do mine in yellow. I don't know, I just think yellow is going to be cute. So this roof satin outline, and then we're going to do this one next. Sometimes it's telling me what to do and my brain is not processing it because my brain wants to think it's something else. I don't know if you guys ever do that. Yeah, I was going to order some of the cotton shop, but then I couldn't find anyone online that had all 4 colors. They'd have like 3 of the 4 colors, and then I thought, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to see what we have in the store that'll go. I do not have tulle that you can buy, Marlene. Our tulle that we used literally was just from Joann's. And I think we used it all up when we made the kits. Where are we at? It is 11, 12. Is that the right time? Oh, 12. It's 12:11. Our sentiment's going to be really quick. For the window fabric was this same striped fabric. So you should have had a big piece of the blue and white awning fabric, and that you laid down that one piece for all of them, and then the mylar went after that. How are you?
So this one I only have enough for like 4 instead of 8.
Do we have the
And
red?
I don't have the red.
It's ordered. It'll be
It's
here
ordered?
tomorrow.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
and we'll just use that. Thank you. I still love Joann's. It takes me, like, I didn't even know that. It's kind of like vacuums. I didn't know you could buy a vacuum anywhere other than, like, Target or Costco. I didn't know before we bought this vacuum in sewing store, I didn't know that people went to, like, little sewing and vacuum stores to buy their vacuums. I didn't know there were, like, boutique-y sewing stores that sold fabric. All I knew was Joann's. And I used to, like, we live here in Reno, so we have a mill-in too. But even when I lived, like, when I sewed a lot back in, I started sewing after college in Boston, there was, like, a big, like, fabric store that I used to go to. But I didn't know there were, like, cute little sewing stores. So, they don't always have the greatest fabric, but sometimes you find little treasures at Joann's. Nobody really knows how to help you. You just kind of are on your own. It's kind of self-serve. But it takes me back to my sewing roots when I wasn't fancy pants. I'm still not very fancy. We are gonna do, I don't know if the Minky Kim's gonna be a class or it's gonna be a free sew along. It depends on what Michelle puts together for that. She might do some special stuff. So we'll see, but we're definitely going to be doing something. It might be a combination. It might be, because I think the Minky Kim is like 2 different bags. So maybe she'll do just a sew along and make it really simple for 2 of them, and then maybe she'll do the other as a class where we you know, do something a little more special. Not more special, but more detailed. But yes, we're definitely gonna, Cindy, we are doing something with Minky Kim. There's also, I just ordered the fabric for her, she's got a bag, and I think that Michelle's gonna stitch that out too. Good for you, Marlene. Get through that. Hello, sunshine. Wasn't it kind of fun just getting through all the filler stuff? Oh, you did the dimensionals. I haven't done that. Okay, we're gonna do the little roof. I'm gonna do that in clover, that Kimberbell green. I'm just looking at my screen. So this shows me what I'm doing next. I'm just gonna do that. It's the little attic roof. Here we go. Ours is so messy. I think our Joanne's is messy too. Okay, so we are doing the little roof right now. And then next is going to be the foundation satin stitch. So I think it's going to be the very bottom right here. And then finally, the door step, oh, right here on the very bottom of the door. And that's going to be it. So we are almost done with this, and then we're going to get ready to hoop up for our sentiment. If you need a potty break, take it now, because after we do this and the sentiment, then we're going to piece it all together so we're ready for the quilting. But Marlene, did you have fun, like looking through your stuff and picking out your quilting design? I loved Kathy put together that list for us, and I didn't really think about too much. But I also loved picking out some of my own designs and looking through my stuff, because I was like, I haven't looked at my quilting designs since I used them for whatever particular project I had bought them for. So it was kind of fun looking through like all the quilting designs that I had in my stash. It like made me a little excited and motivated to do some other quilting. Yes.
She's looking for an extra large, and it's the one on How We Roll. And I don't see any extra larges in there. And it's
How
not
we
on
roll, like we
No,
go to A1 to
have fun. You know what I mean. And it's not. You've told her it's ready, but it's not on the thing. It's
That
not.
was one of the. Is hers sheet like over in front? There were 3 that I had sheets that are laying in front that we
That
didn't
wasn't
have.
hers. Isn't her name Diane Reed? I
Yeah,
thought?
I definitely. I'm pretty sure I
set it aside somewhere.
that I gave you the. You know how I gave you.
It would be over
I gave
there
you.
then. Huh?
Yeah, look on the other shelves. Maybe it got put on. Like look on the R shelf.
Okay.
Look on the. But it should be there. Okay, we're doing the very bottom. I'm gonna do it in yellow cornflower. Hitting my filming arm. Let me steady it so you don't get vertigo. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna look for something for someone. Yes, I did. Did you like that, Marlene? I did get, like right now, I'm being adventurous. I'm like, ooh, let me try a different color. But sometimes I need a little push. I need a little push from you guys to do something. Yeah, I think ours is like, I wouldn't call it super organized, but it's not bad. I don't know. You know what? I don't go in there very often either. I just don't have time. I'm shackled to the store. I have a ball and chain. I have, and it gets put on my leg when I show up here. I go from the store to home and home to the store and then back again. Sometimes I sprinkle in a trip to Trader Joe's, Like maybe once a month I get to go to Costco. Okay, last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do the little step underneath. I'm gonna do it in, maybe I'll just do it, what color should I do? I'm going to do Tidewater, which is that like turquoisey color. Yeah, I had fun. I had so much fun picking out. I think I was overwhelmed with the idea of picking out the quilting designs. And then I loved the red, white, and blue one. I was like, holy cow, there is so much in here. Okay, while it's stitching this out, I want you to get your next fabric ready to go. So we are going to be using, this is the 8.5, by 6.5, and you should have another piece of batting. And we can just go ahead and like take this one and let's finger fold it. So we're just going to do what we did before, and we're just going to get the centering marks. And then there is one last step, but we're not stitching it out. I don't like that it didn't sync to us, but you are done with your stitching. And it should look something like this. Whatever you want it to look like. Mine's like, I did this one way more yellow. And we can take this out of the hoop and we'll go ahead and trim this in a little bit. This is my thread from before. I need to go ahead and cut that. As I was stitching, I was like, oh, I should trim that. I'm going to trim it right now because it's going to drive me crazy. I'm always like, I'll do it later. Nope. And then I have to do it right now. You get a totally different look. I mean, I feel like it'll look kind of the same because we'll have the same background quilting and stuff, but I did this like definitely more yellow, and I did the little scallops in this that I didn't do in the other one, which I think are really, really cute. So we'll press and trim this in a little bit. Let's go ahead and hoop up, and we're going to do the sentiments. So here are your folds. If you want to mark it, you can mark it, but I prefer to just finger fold it if I can. And we're going to do the same thing that we did before. Let's see, don't pop up on me. I'm going to center these with those marks. Where's my instructions? Let me make sure. Sentiment. Okay, right here. So they want you to hoop everything, hoop and cut the stabilizer. We're going to load the design. And I'm just going to center this like I did before. I'm just going to grab my stabilizer and pinch it. And do this so you can see. Pinch, hold, drop in. And to tighten it. There's not all that fabric in there, so, and you can't really pull it in, so just hoop it the best you can. Make sure it's laying as flat as you can get it, and then just go ahead and tighten it up. You can't do it with your fingertips. You need something like this. So this is like, I would put this in my top 5 tools that I use a lot in my sewing room. And this is, if you want to get one, it's called the Advanced Screwdriver. There's 2 of them. Make sure you get the bigger one. Well, it depends on your machine, but this is the one I like. It's the bigger one. It's $17.99, and on the site it's $15.99. A lot of times when people put the other one in their cart, I'll call them and be like, is that the one you wanted, or did you want this one? This is the one. You should always put in your notes, I want the one that you used in the sew along, and then I'll know, and I can make sure I put the right one in your order. All right, We're going to take this over to the machine. Before we do that though, I did match my bobbin just because this, the stitching on this was like, it wasn't super heavy. I didn't want my thread to show through. I did Tide water. So you can choose whatever color you want. I think on my original one, what color did I do on my original? Oh, this one I did turquoise. So whatever color you want to use, I would wind a matching bobbin. So wind your matching bobbin. Let's get it put in the machine. I'm going to grab this and a bobbin that's going to match. I'm going to pull this to the side. Just because why be frustrated if you're seeing a dot of white? You know? Just put one in that matches right now. And then, because it goes back and forth in those stitch holes. And so what you might see that you think is a tension issue could just be pin dotting from the needle going back and forth in the same hole. Here we go. I already have the color I want in the top. What screwdriver would you get for the Stellar? I would get this is the right one. This screwdriver is really meant for, here we go. It's meant for this screw right here. It fits over it perfectly. So when you take off your screw, and you tighten it, it fits over this screw perfectly. However, I use it on everything. Like I can see my screwdriver in there. So if I want to do this, I put it on here. And what I like is it's not going to fall off. It's not going to slide off, even though this is way big for this. And then it works on the hoop screw too. It's a little big for it. There's a blue one that is made specifically for the hoop if you want one like dedicated for that. But I'm an all-purpose kind of girl, so if I can do all the job with one, I think I probably have a blue one at home, but once I discovered this one, I stopped using it. I still use it once in a while when I can't find this green one. But, the other day I couldn't find my screwdriver and I used the little grit, the little one. Let's load our design. Do you have I can't read your message yet because it's covered over. I'll read that in a second, Miss Marlene. Okay, home to clear. Step number 28 you're not doing. That's that line at the very top. We're going to go home. Embroidery. I'm in my upper USB. I named my file Heart and Home and we're doing the sentiment. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and set. Same hoop size. I'm going to just touch embroidery. And this one's quick and easy. It's 5 minutes of stitching. If you're threaded up, just go ahead and hit start. And heat up your iron because we're going to press the other block and we're going to trim it. Do you have the split class in the... I do not have it up yet. I had to do some thinking about it. So I have to do my supply list. And then I will put it up sometime this week. Oh, Cindy, this set comes with a little screw. I'm going to go get it. Let me grab it. Okay, this is the one that's made just for the hoop screwdriver. It just comes like this. It's blue. And it's fantastic. I used to sell like 8 million of these. I don't sell as many because like I said, I use this one. This is my favorite one. So it's, Patrick and I laugh because we call it C-nads. Nads. So I think you can look it up with this part number on the website, but maybe not. Otherwise, you just type in advanced screwdriver. And it's going to come with the hoop screwdriver, and then it comes with this little itty bitty one here. And that one you can use to take off the screws off of your needle plate. So it's made for that because it doesn't have a big long handle. So these are the two. Just so you know. All right, I'm heating up my iron. So I did trim mine. So when I did mine, I was like, oh, am I gonna leave? I was like, should I leave my stabilizer? I didn't. I trimmed it. And I trimmed it close. I'm pretty sure that's what I did in my video. So I'm gonna trim it kind of close now, and then I'll go ahead and press it. It's nice to press it with a little bit of moisture and into a wool mat. So let's go ahead and just trim this up. Don't cut your stitches. So if you need to go a little bit away from it, don't get too aggressive. My iron is heating. I just left the stabilizer in here, and I'm just gonna cut around it. Don't cut your stitches. Okay, I'm gonna spray it from the back side. If you get any puckering, don't worry about it. If you push it and press it into your wool mat, it'll spread that fabric out. Here we go. What do I have back here? I like a little water. Like at home, I have a spray bottle that just has water in it. This is best press, and that's fine too. This is like, I wish Kimberbell would bring this back. This is their spray bottle, and it's so nice. I don't have one at home. I only have the one at the store. And I find that spray bottles sometimes go bad, and this one we've had for a couple years, and it's just been awesome. I just like this to lay nice and flat. And I do focus a little bit on like right around the stitching. I'm an aggressive ironer. Sometimes I even stand on my tippy toes and like use all my body weight to push it down. But that looks amazing and fantastic. I love this little flower right here that I like fussy cut over there. I hope yours looks amazing too. I'm gonna get my rotating mat. We're gonna trim. If you don't have a rotating mat, I feel like this has to be, this is like a must-have in your stash. And this we're gonna trim down to, let's look at our trimming instructions before I make it up. I got the one from the Bella box too. And, oh, it quit. Did it look like this one? Because I love this one. Did it look like that, Cindy? I hate like spray bottle. You know what? Just know they have a shelf life. And they're just going to stop working. I was like, shouldn't this work forever? It's just a spray bottle. But they go bad. And now when they go bad, I go, okay. It's just, I expect them to go bad at some point. Visually center the embroidered design using the 6.5 by 8.5 orange pop ruler with the house 1 inch above the bottom edge. Okay, I brought my pop rulers. And since Karen Bowl, I know they're coming out with a tool tote that these are all going to fit in. But I love that they fit in the zippy pouch, the large size zippy pouch too. And since she told me that they fit in there, I've been storing mine in here, and I love it. So we need the 8.5 by 6.5. Nope. That's not it. That's not it. That's it. 8.5 by 6.5. And Karen's doing a sew along. She's going to be doing it on June 25th. We are all out of zippy bags, but I'm hoping I'll have more of them next week. We have to restock again. All right, we want 1 inch from the bottom. I'm going to use my handy dandy little ruler here and get that bottom 1 inch. This doesn't even fit in there. I need like something smaller. I brought all my creative grid rulers because I love these so much. Okay, from the bottom, there's 1 inch. I'm going to slide this up. And I'm going to center it. And then I'll remeasure. Because I'm like anal about stuff like this. So this is what? That's like 3/4 of 1 inch. And I need to slide it over just this bit. Three-quarters. Oh wait. Too far over. That looks good. I'm going to measure the bottom again. Make sure I'm 1 inch away. Okay. All right. That looks good to me. I'm going to cut. Ooh, we're done with that. Okay. Before this moves, hold it down. Make sure your hand is evenly distributed up the side, not just here. It's going to slide as you're cutting. You can walk your hand up as you go too. Is that even? That looks even, right? I'm sorry, I'm putting my head here. I need to look straight from above. Okay. Okay, let's slice it. Slice it and dice it. Lean your rotary cutter into the left. Make sure you don't cut into your block. The first time I ever used my pop rulers, I literally went and just cut right into my block. And I thought it was the pop rulers. I was like, these are horrible. And then I realized it was me. That it had nothing to do with the pop rulers. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I gave them another go, and now I love my pop rulers. Let's be honest with ourselves. Sometimes it's not what you're using. Sometimes it's us. I find that I don't get close to the corners when I have like an old icky blade, and this blade definitely needs to be changed. When I have a brand new blade, it goes right to the corner. Here's our house, looking cute. Okay, let's pull out the sentiment. And then we're gonna throw it all together. Oh my God, mine didn't do the period at the very end, but you know what? I'm gonna forego it. I didn't get that little, for some reason it didn't stitch it, but I'm just gonna go with that. Okay, my iron is still heated up, but I'm gonna trim away some of that stabilizer. So let me go ahead and pop this out. I'm gonna just trim this away. If I can find my snippy snips now that I've made a big old mess. Where are you? You know what? I brought 2 pairs with me. Just in case. Do you have the split class? I'm just gonna trim it. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. All right, let's press it. Let's press it, make it gorgeous. Oops, don't hit the filming arm. Here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna give a little shot of spray from the back. I don't think, is that best press in there? Because my iron is sticking to it, which is like, I think it's best press. We'll just press, okay? We're not gonna iron. Okie dokie. Get this got a little icky in the back. Maybe I'll trim a little bit more of that away. I think because I dragged it around because whatever is in that spray bottle maybe is not my best press. I'm just gonna cut a little bit more away. And I am like rough cutting. This is not a great cut job. All right, here we go. All right, this we need to trim to. Da, 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 da. Remove and remove project, trim stabilizer only from project. Where's the sentiments? Press seams, right sides together. Okay, here's sentiment. 4.5 by 6.5. So let's get our little 4.5 by 6.5 out. We'll put this one away. It's gonna be my little itty bitty. Not that one, but this one. 4.5 by 6.5. And how does it want us to frame it? Visually center. So we're just gonna plop it on down here. But, you know, plopping is not good enough for me. I'm going to grab a smaller ruler that I can fit into my hoop. I really need creative grids here. Okay, what do I have? That is 3/4 of an inch. And this is from my T. That is 7/8. So I'm going to scoot it over the tiniest bit. That's probably good. From my top here, I'm a measurer. I am. That's 1/2 inch, and this is more than that. So I'm going to scoot it up the tiniest bit. And then I'm going to move this out of the way so I can put my head up here. I need to put my head like right in between. That looks good, doesn't it? I think that looks pretty good. Okay. I'm going to trim. And then let's convert and piece and we will be done. Hold the whole thing when you rotate. Don't let go. The ruler sometimes moves. Let's see. There we go. Boom. One thread. All right. One thread. We are going to convert and sew. We are almost done. Stay with me. And let's go ahead and switch over. I'm going to plug in my phone. I have no idea how much juice I have left over here. 33%. Not bad. All right. I brought my walking foot. That's what I sew with. So before I switch over, I am going to get off of the cord. And I am going to go in here into my sewing home. And I'm going to go into sewing. I say I have my embroidery arm on 90% of the time. And when I go to do some quilting, like when I did quilting through the seasons and I had to stitch in the ditch my front to my back, I went ahead and I took off my embroidery arm and I put on the little side table. But most of the time, it's just kind of like having an extension table because it's so big, it's nice. What I don't like is I don't like getting hung up on this and then the arm. So there are times where I'll pull it off when I'm getting like down and dirty and I'm really doing some quilting or something like that. So I'm gonna put my foot up. We're gonna put this foot on. This is how easy it is. You take your little hoop screwdriver, unscrew it. It should never be loose enough for you to undo by hand. If you have it that loose, it's gonna shake off while you're embroidering and scare the bejesus out of you. So this just goes on from the back side. If you have this foot and you haven't used it, please use it. It is amazing. It does not work if you don't plug it in. So plug it into the back. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this up. So you hand tighten it, and then I'm waiting for my screwdriver to catch. There. You have to tilt it a little bit. You can't get a totally straight angle on it. And I'm going to use my 1/4 inch sole. So there's a 1/4 inch, a stitch in the ditch. I'm going to put that on. Let me change out my thread. A lot of times I just piece with my pre-wound bobbin. I do. It's just polyester thread, right? I'm not a purist. I know some people, like if you're in cotton, you only use cotton, and I am not a purist. The other thing I'm going to use is I'm going to use Deco Bob. That's what I piece with. If I can find it. Here it is. I'll just use this one. And what I love about Deco Bob is it's 80 weight. So it's half the weight of your regular thread. So if you look at this, and this is a 40 weight. I'm going to show you my hand. It's half as thin, but it has the strength, or so they say, has the strength of a 40 weight. That means your seams are less bulky. Oh my goodness, I can't find the end. Here it is. Everything will lay flatter. I should probably compare white to white, but I don't know if you can see the difference in that. But it's thinner. Thinner, but there we go, just as strong. I don't know if you can see that. Anyways, that is my go-to though. That is what I use to piece with. And my favorite thing to piece with is like dove gray, like a light gray. But I'll use whatever. Deco Bob is 80 weight. And you could use it for micro stippling too, or you could use it for lettering if you wanted something really fine. Hang on, I'm just going to try and get this here. Alrighty, this is what we're going to piece. We are going to sew house to sentiment. Da-da-dun. Then we're going to sew the sides on. And then we're going to sew the borders on, the sides, and then the top. And then you're going to layer it, and you are going to, you can finish it any way you want, or you can wait for me to do the quilting. Hopefully you'll wait for me to do the quilting. I'm sorry about this arm. I'm just moving it out of the way. It's getting wrapped up in my wheels on my squeaky chair. And I got to plug in my foot because I am a sew with the foot kind of girl. I cannot sew with my start-stop. I panic. I'm like, oh my God, where's that start-stop? So I'm going to put these two together first. And I am not even going to pin. I'm just going to line up my edges. I like to start with my needle down. I'm going to piece at 2.0 even though I'm going through some layers. I like to piece really tight. Sometimes I'll hold my foot there because there's a belt, and before the belt grabs it, I'll just hold it to let it lock, and then I'll let the belt pull it through. I'm going to use a clapper too. I want my pieces to lay nice and flat. I am not a fast sewer. I take my time. Can we just use an embroidery? I use my embroidery bobbin all the time. I know not everyone does that, but I use it all the time. Okay, I'm gonna press this. Just to relax it. I'm gonna just stitch because we're not stitching in the ditch. I'm gonna press my seam open. That looks like best press. Maybe my iron just has ick on the bottom, and that's why it's sticky. Best press. The heat is going to get trapped in there between your wool mat and your clapper, and that will help set that seam and make it nice and flat. Grab your side pieces. Oh God, that was my pop ruler. Okay, these are going to go on next. Side pieces. You are gonna be next. There we go. Make sure you have right to right. I'm gonna start my foot down, my needle down. I love my dual feed walking foot. I do probably 90% of my sewing with my dual walking foot. The only time I don't use it is like if there's a sole or foot that doesn't fit on here that I can't do with my stitch in the ditch 1/4 inch or open toe. So if I want to do a buttonhole, then I use, of course, the regular buttonhole foot. There's nothing for the dual feed. Sorry for the side angle. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and flip it. We're going to do the other side. And then I'll press.
Oh, maybe it's.
You know what? I'm going to do this side because my shape flex is hanging over a little bit on the edge. And so I don't know if it's totally accurate. How's everyone out there? You guys okay?
Everybody's good. We're just looking for Momo's bag.
Okay, sometimes I'll hold it. I have to do a couple of stitches before the belt engage. You guys okay not having a head-on angle? You got the side angle. Okay, I don't want you to think I'm not lined up. My shape flex is like over the edge a little bit there. So I'm lined up with the fabric, not my shape flex. Okay, let's press it. Let's relax that stitch a little. I wonder if it's my mat. If my mat is thick. Swing it. You can do whatever you want here. I'm just going to press mine open so it's just going to be a little less bulky. You would get some shadowing, but we have that shape flex on that's going to make a difference too. Oop, Momo's out. Patrick's playing with him. I don't know if I've ever met a dog that likes the sound of his own voice more than Momo. Momo loves to bark. who was I talking to? Was it Michelle? And she was talking about how she, maybe, no, it was Gail. Gail was talking about how she uses her clappers and she'll just use all of them, different sizes, all at the same time. So you can just lay it down there. Because I'm so aggressive, I like to push down on it, but you could just lay it down. So I like to press, and then best press, and then clapper.
Put it up on the top of the microwave, if that's all right.
All right. Side pieces. Let's put those on. Do you know when you'll have the quilting class? I want to do the quilting class as long as I can do it. Like probably the 19th or the 20th, because I think everyone should have all their stuff and be ready to go. It's not like you're going to have to prep. You're like done. So let me see if I can finagle that. Okay, we're going to put these on next. Side pieces first. Mine don't look totally straight, but I'm not worried about it. I'll even everything out. So we're going to do our side pieces, and then we'll put the top. I'm going to square everything up when I do that. All right, back to the machine. Tentative date, 19th and 20th. 19th for Solaris and Luminaire, 20th for Stellar and Altair, or the opposite way around. We usually have more people in the Solaris and Luminaire classes. Uh-oh. Bad dog. Here we go.
Let's go. Hey!
He's been so bad lately. And not that he's bad, it's just in his nature. He's very suspicious of strangers. Advice I would give people is don't get an Australian Shepherd if you're looking for a store dog. They are not good store dogs. Get a golden. Sorry if you weren't able to see that well. Next. Patrick, let's put on the AC. It's getting hot in here. Okay, let's press. Oh, someone's getting a machine?
Yep.
Congratulations! Relax that seam. I'm just pushing it over to the dark side. I'm going to finger press, and then I'm going to give it a little best press, and then relax and settle it. I like to push it over, give it a little finger press. So cute, isn't it? Alrighty. I'm gonna square this up just a little bit. Oh my god. I picked up one pair and then I dropped this other pair. I love this ruler. This is my, it's 4.5 by 18.5. And sorry, but I'm going to put my head in here. And just make sure this looks good on both sides.
Yeah, the reviews online were really pretty positive.
Sorry, that's my head again.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Frankly, it's actually the original. I mean, it's like the original. It's like the original. 35
Let's square up here
continued the machine,
with my.
but there was this like big financial gap.
Right.
And then they brought the machine back with wireless and app
You know that
integration and
wireless
everything
thing
else.
is pretty
Is that
cool.
pretty easy to operate? Does it just show up as a different?
It's a setting. So
Okay,
basically you go in
so
and
I
set
don't
up
go
with your-
quite there. I'm gonna
with your wireless
go in a
call.
little bit.
You can
Looking at the lines on my
design
ruler.
call,
I'm gonna go down even more.
send designs wirelessly.
Almost an eighth of an
And,
inch.
Yeah, there's an 8x8 hoop over there for our lead. Hey, Suzanne, where's that? For
There we go. Okay, I'm gonna sew the last two pieces on, and we are finito.
Can I take this out and then we'll sit down and see what we can figure out? And then our Spira.
What size are we squaring up to? I don't even know. I was just squaring up my edges, like just trimming off a little bit. I think it comes out to be, when you're done, what I measured out for the auto split quilt sashing is it'll be about 14 and a quarter by 16 and a quarter. That's gonna be your measurements.
Yeah,
And these use PBS, right?
same design.
Yeah,
Perfect. Yep.
Let's see if we're gonna go all. So yeah, 14 and a quarter by 16 and a quarter is what you're gonna get. I lied when I said I don't know. At least that's what mine came out to be. There you go.
I'm gonna put that seat flat so it'll just be easier for me.
That's what that was at. And then we need to find out the way to see what. Okay, I don't know if it's come yet, that's not. Did they?
Okay, flip it.
That was the extra one, but I'm not certain if the other one's here yet. Because it would have your name on it and it would be up here.
What are you looking for, Lori? I'm gonna try and finish this really quickly so I can help somebody look for their stuff.
Possibly. Let's just mill it.
Okay,
It's gotta go through a processing system, so.
let's press.
So maybe that's not it. I bet he does, so let's, yeah, so give us a moment, and he's right there, and we'll ask him. I know that. Was it, it's okay, let them.
No,
let them-
no, no, what was it, what size was it that you got you ordered?
It's the one that came with the upgrade to the Stellara.
Do you like how precariously my iron is placed? What are you looking for?
Arlene has the upgrade, the 7x12 possibly, come in for the upgrade of the Stellara because she just happened to be here in town.
We have the 7x12. The
For that, and where
are we talking about? There's one left, and it's right on that serger table.
the serger table.
Yep, right on the corner, like
Is that
as the
gonna go to-
crow
Is that gonna
flies.
go to her and does that?
I have no idea. We'll have to ask Patrick, but
Okay, we'll ask
possibly.
Patrick, and-
Okay.
We need to talk to him anyway.
This is what you should have. Look how cute it is. You are gonna layer it. layer, layer. Ooh, ooh. You have a fat quarter. So you should have a fat quarter. This is your backing fabric. If you have a kit, if you don't have a kit, just cut a fat quarter. You're gonna cut your batting. That's gonna be the size of a fat quarter as well. You are gonna layer it like this, and you are ready. I did use a 10.5 by 16 inch snap hoop for this. You can do it in a 9.5 by 14, but when I do the class, I will be using my 10.5 by 16 just because it's bigger, we can go faster. What if you don't have a 10.5 by 16? You can get one from us. If you want to get a snap hoop, it'll be 25% off for the class. So we'll do it 25% off. Or you can use your regular hoop. So you can use the hoop that came with the machine. So lots of options for you. You can use the 9.5 by 14. It's going to break up your design, I think, into 10 pieces instead of the 8 that we're going to do. So just keep that in mind. I'm looking at your notes now. Can we just use an embroidery? Yes, you can. Do you know when your class will be? I'm shooting for the 19th and the 20th. What size are we squaring it up to? I'm pretty sure this measures out 14.25. Oh, look at it. I'm almost 14.5. So maybe it's 14.5 by 16.5 once you're all done. Oh, I'm 16.25. So, but really, it'll be about 14.25 by 16.25 this way when you're putting it all together. That's the final size, about 14.25 by 16.25. Should the piece have had SF101 behind it like the other pieces? I did not put SF101 behind these, but I did put it behind these. So SF101 behind this, the sides pieces, and this. No, I didn't put it on this. It's totally fine. If you want to, so you have the same weight consistency all the way around, you can totally do that as well, but I didn't do it on mine. And I thought it was super cute afterwards, but it will give it a little bit more body if you want to do that. So mine is, I mean, you're gonna, gets a little bubbly from all the quilting. Any questions? Any questions? Thank you so much for joining me. Betty, sorry about that Mylar. If anyone else was missing something, let me know. But this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be so cute. So get that put together, and I will, sometime this week, I will put up the other classes. There'll be 2 different ones, one for Solaris and Luminaire, and one for the Stellar and Altair and all of those other machines. I think that's it. I will see you later then. This will be posted. It'll get loaded automatically. It might take a little while. Maybe it takes like an hour or 2, but you should be able to find this video again if you go to our site, or you could probably just type in A-1 Heart and Home. If you type in Heart and Home, I think it'll come up if you go on YouTube. You guys have a great rest of your day. I'm going to get shipping. And reach out if you have any questions or if you need anything from me. I will see you later.